Good morning. Good morning. This probably end up a upload because I don't expect many people. I almost said Friday, but today is Thursday. Happy Thursday, June 12th, 2025. So my channel is changing and I'm doing a quick video to say what is changing to. That's why I says I have decided because I was thinking, so what am I going to do with this channel? At first I said, well, I can just give it up and start all over again. But doggone it, you know how difficult it is to move up to 5,000 subscribers, and I'm up to 5,500, and to go through the process of monetizing the channel. So I said, well, I want to do that. But I said, but if I start deleting videos, it's going to take me. Y'all know I just get right. Uh, Sometimes it seems like I'm starting in the middle of the cities because I'm getting right to the point. So if I felt like if I started, I felt like if oh, you could show all your comments on stage. Okay, that's pretty cute. Okay, I almost lost my live stream doing that. You got to pay for the services. I will not be paying for the services. Um, so I said, well, if I start deleting videos, that may potentially take me through below my watch hours, which will make me not monetize. So what I've done was all of the beef sector. I'm still in the process. I ain't finished yet. I am going all the way back to 2017, 2018. And anything that's beef sector is going to be on the highest tier of membership. And the highest tier of membership is 1999. I'm really trying to make it as high as I can, like a number so high that people will not absolutely not pay it and not see those videos. But that's the way I was able to keep those videos without deleting them and keep my watch hours. Now, somebody said, I read somewhere, and when I say this, the person who said it or the people who seen it gonna know where it was that I saw it said. They said, I can't stand when people have to make the announcement that they leaving. Why don't they just leave? Because here's why. Because you've had people who supported you over the years. They have supported you over the years, your ups and downs, when you had uh, 9 people watching you, or when you had 500 people watching you. It's sometimes, y'all, when I hit that 500, 600 number, it only happened 3 times, but it's happened. But whether you had 9 people watching you or 90 people watching you, there have people who have supported me since 2018, 2019. And so I feel like I want to give them an update of what I'm doing. So that's why I'm doing the video, and that's why just go away because I'm not going away. I'm keeping my channel. Um, I'm just changing. Y'all will just see a change in what goes on my channel. And I understand those. I understand those who say, "Well, look, I was here for the B sector," ooh, and they unsubscribe. I get that. I understand that. I'm the same way. If I'm watching somebody for a particular thing and they switch over, change over what they're doing, I'm too gonna unsubscribe and go on about my business. So I understand those who want to unsubscribe and go on about their business. So what all of those videos are going to be put under the highest tier of membership. I'm trying, listen, I'm trying to see how high Google will let me go on that tier of membership. There will be a few that's under the support membership that's more like personal stuff, like uh, videos of me talking about more personal things. And then everything else will be on the regular. So what are you going to see on my regular channel going forward? Um, I'm not really ready to do a travel type channel yet because that takes a lot of editing and a lot of work that I'm not able to do because I have a full-time job. Hey, Emma Renee, thank you for coming in, Sugar. Thank you for dropping down. Jill's conference on. Hey, Sugar. So I'm not ready to do that because I work a full-time job still. I have about 5.5 more years before I retire. Yes, I'm counting down. Once those 5.5 years up, if the Lord says the same and I retire, then I'm going to do a travel channel full time. I'm going full in. But right now, I don't have the time for the editing. And when I'm on vacation, I'm on vacation. My mindset is not get this, get that, get this, go back and edit, get it perfect. When I'm on vacation, I'm on vacation. So it's not going to be a full travel channel yet. But what you will see is just me. It's just going to be my life, whatever it is that I feel like putting up. Y'all going to see before all of my stuff on my grandson went on membership. Well, you're going to see a lot of those. And what's going to be confusing in the beginning is because I'm taking things off private and off membership, it's going to seem like my timeline is off. Like right now, my grandson is somewhere around 19, 20 months old. Or I don't know. I ain't never been good with keeping up with the months. He'll be 2 years old. My grandson will be 2 years old in October. Y'all do the months, whatever the months. But y'all gonna see some videos of him when he was an infant, when he was a year old, because I'm taking some things that I had on membership off, because I'm going to talk about being a grandmother. I only have one grandbaby. This is my first one. This is my only one. So I'm going to talk about being a grandmother. So you're going to see those videos, and it's going to be out of chronological order, is because before they were just on membership. Now they're just going to be as a part of what my channel is. You're going to see me talking about cruising and travel. You're going to see me talking about traveling with my family and my family life. So I'm just going to be, this is going to be a channel of me, just me. That's what this channel is going to turn into. No beef sector. I was so serious about moving away from beef sector stuff that I actually had people praying for me. Like I called out the prayer warriors. And they was like, "What is a beef set? What's beef set?" They all like, "Don't worry about what it is. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that." But I actually had people praying for me because it was an addiction, and I just went cold turkey. I am going cold turkey, and it's hard to stop what you became used to, what you did for years, listening to, reacting to. Reviewing and all of that. I just went cold turkey, and I'm waiting for the shakes to come. I'm really waiting for the shakes to come. They haven't come. They haven't come yet. But I was wanting to do this so seriously that I had to call out the prayer warriors and accountability partners to keep me on task. And so far, so good. But so on this channel, what I'm going to be doing going forward again, you're going to see more of my grandson. Those of you who are members already had seen them, but those of you who are not members, you're going to see those videos. Me traveling, talking about cruising, talking about my accommodation, talking about ground travel. Those of you who know me well, y'all know I don't just cruise. Cruising is my favorite. It's my absolute favorite, but that's not the only way I travel. I do ground travel. The two travelings I just finished one was Dominican and the other was Curacao, and those were me flying straight over. So I'll talk about the accommodations when I go to a resort, or the accommodations when we stay in a VRBO. That's coming up real soon because I got travel very soon. I mean, very, very soon, coming up. And so that's what I'm gonna do with this channel. I want to give my opinion on different things that I see. For example, I cannot get into pop culture and celebrities because I couldn't tell you a celebrity's name. I don't keep up with celebrities. I don't know what's going on with celebrities. Baby, I just found out about 2 years ago who Cardi B was. I don't know these folks' names, but I do want to talk about things like I want to do a video, and I may do this video with my sisters because I'm gonna be with my sisters for the next week. So I may do the video with two of my sisters, and we give our opinion about this Tyler Perry thing. Tyler Perry show Black women in the worst light or not. So I probably, with this last movie, which I refuse to watch, I just cannot watch it. I cannot watch it because I already have anxiety really bad, and I don't need anything making my nerves bad and put me into depression. Let me read y'all comments. Let me go back. And say hello and read y'all comments. Let me see how far this thing let me go back. I spoke to Emma Renee in Jill's comfort zone. Well, yes, I work full time and I still do my editing as well, along with business. Editing is a lot of work. Yeah. And so, I have a full time job and then I do a part time gig. Some of my traveling is a part time gig, and I'm going to get into that and talk about that uh, come in my upcoming videos, explain my full-time job, and we're gonna get listen, by the time I finish, y'all gonna be like, oh, Cruiser done told everything about herself, including her names and everything. And yeah, we're gonna get into all that. But yeah, my part-time gig and my full-time job and trying to edit and enjoy the vacation at the same time would be a lot for right now. So I have to wait till I actually retire. Jill Compton Stone says, that's why I slowed down on my recipe videos. Yeah, it takes a lot. Hey, the Hood Table. How you doing, sugar? Hey, Rainy. Thank you for when you moderated for me. I appreciate that. Hey, Jackson Street. Get into it. The Hood Table said, me and my grandson has a Y2 channel, but I upload updated videos. I upload videos. Reading is fundamental, Cruiser. Me and my grandson has a Y2 channel, but I update videos and pics of him on my Hood Table channel as well. Hey, Melissa Scott, coffee quiz. I gotta tell you about a cruise, Melissa Scott. I know you ain't ready for Royal yet, but it's on Royal. We're gonna get you on that Royal. And I was the same way. I was just committed to Carnival. In fact, I am going to try real hard to fit me in a Carnival cruise this summer. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do it or not, because it seems like I don't even know whether I have any more days I can take PTO, to be honest. I was looking at it yesterday. I was like, I might have to move this here and move that there. But we're going to try, because I need to do a Carnival. I've done Carnival so bad. I haven't just neglected them. I think I got through all the comments. You don't keep up with celebrities either, Jill Comfort Zone. I don't know. Listen, I told y'all this before. My grandmother on my mother's side had 12 kids, and those 12 kids had at least 4 kids apiece. Some had, I'm averaging it out, because some had less than 4, but a lot of them had more than 4. So I'm averaging it out. So that's on one side. And then on the other side, I'm gonna get to the point about why I don't remember celebrities. On the other side, my grandparents on the other side had 8 kids, and those 8 kids had at least 4 kids apiece. So y'all do the math. I have over 100 cousins, first cousins. I have over 100 cousins by my parents' siblings. Okay. And I remember every single one of us name. Now I cannot remember it. Now all of us, the siblings, my grandparents' kids on my maternal and paternal side. Now we have kids. Now I remember every single one of my cousins' names from my parents' siblings. Okay. And that's over 100 by itself. Again, one grandparent had 12 kids. The other grandparent had 8 kids. That's 20 folks that had kids. I have over 100 cousins. I remember their name. Now, I don't remember their kids' names. Some of them I do. Most of them I don't. Because that's too many names. So I ain't got no room, no memory space, and no room to be remembering all the celebrity stuff. I do good with just my family. Remember where they live and who they married to, and who their kids are. So I can't be And plus, I said, I don't even know why I put all that. Listen, I don't care about them celebrities. I just want to see them on screen. Get your butt on screen. Do some good acting on screen, Denzel. Who you are, Denzel, I don't need to know. Now, I do happen to know that Denzel is preaching now because that becomes a part of the church world. And I do love church celebrity stuff. I do love church gossip. But so I do know that Denzel was baptized and he going into the ministry. But other than that, I don't need to know all his personal business. I'm just not into celebrity stuff like that. I'm just not. I'm not into celebrity stuff. Brandy and Monica is getting ready to go on tour. Really? Thank you for letting me know. That's another thing I really enjoy is concerts. I I love music and concerts. I just don't like this new stuff. Hey, Dana Smith, how you doing, sugar? Hello. Make sure I get to these comments. Okay, Melissa. Uh, we miss Miss Bonnie. Please tell her to start doing inspiration and content again. Yeah, yeah. I think she should. I was thinking that it might be a good thing for Bonnie Bond to come back out and do inspirational and y'all know she loved politics. She absolutely loved talking about politics. So it would be great for her to come back out here and talk about inspirational stuff in politics. That would be a good thing. And I think she would gain a good following for that. I'm glad to hear your voice. Yeah, yeah, honey. Let me tell you, at the end of my videos, y'all always know I always say live in peace on purpose. And sometimes you got to start walking in your own words. Sometimes you got to make a confession, making a confession until you walking into that confession. And it's now for me to walk into that confession. Live in peace on purpose. I have a large family on both sides. Don't remember everybody's name. Girl, I'm going to tell you, I don't know how, but I could tell you every single one of my first cousins' names. Every single one. First cousins. Now, when you start getting to like my mother's cousins, I remember all of her cousins, but their children, I can't tell you all their names. I know them by face, but I can't tell you all their name because on my mother's side, my mother don't have, how you have two sets of cousins. You have your daddy's side cousins and your mama's side's cousins. Well, my mom and them don't have that because my grandmother and her sister married my granddaddy and his brother. So two sisters married two brothers. So my mother them have what you call double first cousins because there ain't no other sides. You know, they're two blood brothers married two blood sisters. Which makes their family this neat. And I told you can't tell who's the cousin and who's the sister because they look so much alike. My mother and her cousins look so much alike. So if you add those in, now we're going into about over 200 cousins that I have. So I have a very, very large family. And on my mother's side, we're as large as that family is, we're very close. We run like a church almost. We have family prayer once a month where we pay family dues, and those family dues go towards if somebody get in trouble or if somebody in the hospital or if we need to jump up and take a trip somewhere. But I have my grandmother on my mother's side, and she's not living. My grandmother passed away some years ago, over 20 years ago, but she have one living sibling, and he lives in Florida. So we have to get together and go check on him because he's getting older, and everything like that. So our fun is just there. When they do the Christmas party, I don't do Christmas, so I don't usually attend these, but the funds come out to pay that. And, when we have any type of cookout or get together, whatever. So our family kind of runs on my mother's side, kind of almost runs like a church. We just don't have a church. But like I said, we have family prayer. We do testimony service. We have prayer requests and the whole 9 yards. So I come from a very, very big family, and we're very close. Yeah, that's all that keeping up with celebrities. I don't get it. Yeah, Denzel, he was baptized. They had it on all over TikTok and stuff where he was baptized, and I think that he's going into ministry. He's Church of God in Christ. So yeah, so what pretty much what I'm doing today is kind of where my channel is gonna go. Um, will you see me around the beef sector? No. I was in Leo's. I dropped down in Leo's yesterday because she was talking about something more healthier. And here's the thing: nobody makes the rules for me. I makes the rules for me. Oh, except for the folks praying for me and my accountability partners. But I've talked to them already. We've had this conversation of what my need is and where I'm going. So if somebody's like, I will come to Jill's Comfort Zone's channel. Jill's Comfort Zone has always comforted me. I've always said, I've said for years that she had the perfect name because there's something about her voice, something about just when she's taking her walks, when you used to do the recipes, honey, I have been to your channel. Then there's something about it that has always comforted me just coming over there. So I will go to Jill's Comfort Zone. I will go to Leo channel because she is moving in a different directions where she's going to start getting back to talking about projects and different talents that she has and more inspiring things. Hey, I get it from my daddy. Hey, sugar. Um, so those are channels that you will definitely see me drop down in. But the beef sector, no, no. I had a good time there. It was entertaining. It was up and down. I hung out. I went hard in it. But it comes a time when you have to say, okay, bye bye. And I used to have a bishop, and I'm not calling the beef sector sin, but I used to have. I'm just using this as a quote that I've always stuck with me. I used to have a bishop, and he used to say, "Sin will take you further than you want to go, and keep you longer than you want to stay." The beef sector took me further than I wanted to go, and kept me longer than I wanted to stay. And when it was time, hey Leo, hey sugar, and when that was a good video you did the other day, really good. Oh my God, girl, you child, you keep going the way you going. You were gonna be my new pastor. Anyway, the beef sector took me further than I wanted to go and kept me longer than than I should have stayed. Let me put it that way. Than I should have stayed. Sometimes you get into disobedience. And I'm talking to the spiritual people here. I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. There's a difference. I don't adhere to traditional organized church. I'm a spiritual person. I'm a believer. I believe in God. I believe in faith. I believe in hope. Okay. So I'm talking to my spiritual people. Sometimes you can get into disobedience. Sometimes that your inner spiritual person will tell you, now is the time to stop. Now is the time to go no further. And you will not listen. Last year, Lent, I was not supposed to come back. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Habit, addiction, I came back. This year, after Lent, I was not supposed to come back. Again, disobedience. But thank goodness, thank goodness that there is a way. God has a way, and I'm not going to be ashamed to say God and Lord. God has a way of getting your attention and saying, "Didn't I tell you? Your hard head behind. Didn't I tell you? Look at you. Look, didn't I tell you?" So thank God for that. So here we are. Here we are doing it. Melissa Scott says, lately I've been just in a lot of clouds too much, my mouth. Did I say hey to Dana Smith? Hey, sugar? I think I did. But anyway, so going forward, that's what my channel is going to be. Again, y'all going to just see old videos. It's going to be out of chronological order for a while because it's taking me a while. I have more time. I'm officially on PTO, so I have more time within the next 5 or 6 days to work on a little bit more where I'm putting all the beef sector videos. They're going to be under as high, honey. If Google let me take that tier up to $100, I'm gonna put it on $100. I am trying to discourage people from looking at it, but I need to keep them to keep my watch hours. So I'm keeping them under membership in order to keep my watch hours, but I'm putting them on a very high tier to discourage folks from joining that tier and going to look at it. Okay. So, and I'm taking some things that I have membership off membership, um, like my grandson, those videos. So it's going to seem out of chronological order. It's going to be like, dang, how old is this boy? Was he just born, or is he 2 years old? So until I finish going through that process of doing that, everything's going to be out of chronological order. Like this morning, I put a video up of him on the slide. Now that video was just this weekend. Him on the slide. Y'all, it was so funny. My daughter took him to the park, and she literally pushed him down the slide. And the way he looked back at her, that the boy is so funny. He can have attitude. The way he looked back at her was so funny to me. Like, Mama, did you just do that? I can't believe you just did that. But anyway, so that video is up. But then I took a video off membership of before he even turned 1 year old. So that's what my channel is going to become, talking about being a grandmother, my grandson, my travels, cruising, and other travels in my family. It's just me. Just me. My channel is just gonna become just me. That's what it's gonna be. Oh, did I miss somebody's birthday? Oh, Jill, you a Leo? What was your birthday? Hold on. No. You can't. Oh, listen. It's June. If she just had a birthday cruiser, she's either a Taurus or she's a freaking Gemini. Jill, you Gemini. Did I miss your birthday? My phone rang. Did I miss your birthday? Happy belated birthday. You're a Gemini. Okay. A Gemini. Mm-hmm. Child. My husband, and y'all know the story. I might put that video on public so everybody can know the story. Why he's both my husband and not my husband. His birthday was yesterday. He turned 62 on yesterday. He's a Gemini. My mother's a Gemini. Her birthday, that's why I'm on PTO, because we do our annual family vacation for my mother's birthday and Father's Day. So I'm preparing for that. So her birthday is coming up pretty soon. She's a Gemini. And who else is it? My best friend Tiger is a Gemini. I have a bunch of Gemini. My brother-in-law, which is more like my brother. My sister, she tends to say that he's her brother and I'm her sister-in-law, because that's how much I love my brother-in-law. I love my brother-in-law. He's a Gemini. Both of my brothers are Geminis, because my youngest sister, her husband, his birthday is the same day as my mom's. So I have all these Geminis in my life. Geminis. Geminis are pretty nice people until they ain't. Because, it's about two of y'all up in there. For sure. There's two of y'all up in there, and y'all break time and come back. Y'all go off and come back and get. Geminis I ain't never seen a Gemini in my life that didn't have a good smile. Geminis have the best smiles and they give the best hugs, but don't piss them jokers off. Don't piss the Gemini off, honey. There's something in them that Geminis is almost bipolar, but they're not. But I'm just saying, because it's like you piss them joke off, they go left on you, honey. Honey, they but they come back. They forgive easy. Geminis forgive easy. They come back. They come back and they forgive real easy. Mm-hmm. I love me some Geminis. Chat. I do. But I get along. Leos get along with all. Well, no, I take that back. I'm going to say Leos get along with all signs. No, they don't. Me and Aries, I don't like dealing with Aries. I don't like dealing with Aries. I don't. If you're Aries, forgive me. But my daddy, I love my daddy. I absolutely adore my daddy and love my daddy, because he's a great daddy. He's best ever. So he's the only Aries I'm gonna put up with. The rest of you Aries, I don't like putting up with y'all. And Capricorns and Leos, we clash a lot. My sister, one of my sisters is a Capricorn, and I'm a Leo, and we both outgoing. We both, got that street hustle thing. We got that hustle thing going on. We're both outgoing, and sometimes we clash. And I heard Spill It Boy talking about that concerning him and his brother. They had learned His brother is a Leo and he's a Capricorn, and they had to learn we got to be careful with each other. It'd be World War III around here, and that's how it is with me and my sister Seal, honey. We got to be careful because we'd be World War III with the two of us. But other than that, I think Leos get along with just about every sign. I love me some. I love me some Geminis. I sure do. I dated a lot of Geminis too. Like I said, I was married to one. And I'm married to one. However you want to see it. Sometimes we come back. It's rare for me. Most Geminis I know are very forgiving. They don't forget that stuff though. Don't you try it no more. It depends on the person and issue. Most of the time, it's a no for me. Okay. You love Leos. We Leos are honey. We're a trip. I always say that Leos have to grow into their maturity. We do have to grow into our maturity. Hey, CH, is it Shah or is it CH? I want to look at it and then just sound it out. But yeah, we have to grow into our maturity. But y'all, that's what I'll be talking about. Just things. The next topic I want to talk about when I get somewhere. And no, you Geminis don't forget shit. Y'all don't forget nothing. So don't. Like my mama's a Gemini, honey. She'll let it go. But she gonna let you know. Don't try that no more. And if you do try that again, she gonna be like, Didn't you do that in 1968? And I told you then. It was 1968 on May 3rd. It was about 5 o'clock. We was over there on Martin Luther King Street. I told you then. Yeah, y'all don't forget nothing. And the same thing with my husband. He's like I said, he just turned 62 yesterday, and sometimes he can't remember where he put his keys, but he can remember that $500 that he gave me January 2nd, 2012. You remember that $500 I gave you? You never did give me that money back. He can remember that. He can remember that I owe him $37,152.39. He can remember that, but he can't remember where he put his keys. He can't remember his VA appointments, but he can remember that. Anyway, we're gonna talk about that too, because we're gonna talk about the complex and the funniness of he and our relationship. We went from being a married couple to just family. Sometimes, we just family. We ain't married. We ain't a married couple no more. We just family. That's what we are now, just family. It's one strike rule for me, and if God smacks me, I may do two strikes. Well, at least God can correct you, so that's good. There are no. Y'all know I can't see past this little dollar sign thing on this thing. Strikes over here. Leos are quite forgiving. We are forgiving people. Now, we may be one who may not fool with you no more, but you best believe in our hearts, we've already forgiven you. Like, even when we don't want to, we've already forgiven you. It's been people that I wanted to hold on to it. Yeah, we just family, honey. Honey, when I tell you, and I'm gonna release that story where I talked about I told a story, might have been last year or the year before last. It was the year before last, about him and I, and what happened with our marriage. It was a simple thing. It wasn't nothing great or big. It was just we grew apart. Uh, grew apart. We grew apart. We split up, and then we started co-parenting, and we're friends. Uh, you know, we're cool, but we're not in any way. We're business partners and family. That's it. Anyway, anyway, um, anyway. But that's what's going. That's what's going to go on this channel. This particular channel going forward. And y'all know I still have my little churchy carnal channel that I need to get back to, because a lot of stuff going on. Kim Burrell done lost weight. I almost didn't recognize her this morning. William McRae is fighting with mad church disease, Marcellus. I need to find out what's going on with that. You got the people still kind of talking about the TD Jakes thing. You got the Brian Karn. So funny to me. Sorry. Ringing. Brian Karn he is hilarious to me. He's so funny to me, but I heard he out here caught screwing again. So I need to get back over there to Miss Cruiser too, and get back with them church folks because there's a lot of stuff going on over there that I have neglected, and I need to catch up. What's going on with Andrea? Andrea over there, honey, she done got sat down with Isaac Correa. Isaac Correa is from the guy who uh just what they want. Isaac Correa spam calls. That's what it is. Isaac Correa, the guy who interviewed Leandra Johnson. Y'all know Leandra Johnson won Gospel Get Best, and then she went on to have a good gospel career, making a lot of songs that we absolutely love. But she likes to drink. I think her drink of choice is Patron. She likes that Patron. She likes to drink. She be getting arrested. She don't drunk drive no more. She don't do that no more. But she's still getting arrested for public being intoxicated in public. And there's a big thing about that. So recently, Isaac Correa interviewed her, and Isaac Correa grew up around here. He's from Greensboro. He's from around my way. I know him from the singing world. His mother Nancy used to do the morning gospel show for years. I mean, years. And in fact, the choir that I sing on High Point Community Gospel Choir used to sing on it no longer exists unless something happens. We get together on anniversaries or funerals or something like that. We sang on his mother's show. It was a TV show. So no, I know Isaac from way back. But he interviewed her, and that interview was hilarious to me because she was saying that she was going to get delivered from drinking on her time. She said, it's going to be on my time. It ain't going to be on y'all time. It ain't y'all business anyway. It's not hurting y'all. What y'all having such a fit about my drinking for, it ain't hurting y'all. And then she brought up fat people. When she brought up fat people, I hollered. She said, some of y'all fat. You're overeating. That's a sin. Y'all know the Dr. Ben tell y'all to stop all that eating. She said, you're fat, big, and greasy. Ooh, that thing made me laugh. That tickled me all down in my spirit. That thing, and thinking about it now makes me laugh. That thing tickled me. I love myself some Andrea. Y'all gonna get up off Leandria Johnson. Y'all gonna get up off her and her drinking. Why she can't sing down at the church and she got a drinking problem? And all the rest of us go down to the church without problems. But that's for Miss Cruiser too. That's from Miss Cruiser too. You need to hear so that my other channel, Miss Cruiser too, is where I usually do the carnal. We call it St. James have labeled it the carnal church sector. St. James is the one who gave it that name. It really didn't have a name before, but those are things that I do on Miss Cruiser too. And shout out to St. James. Y'all. You know how you say came out of the house of, well, St. James came out of the house of Miss Cruiser too. Hello, somebody. Now, I ain't help him grow his channel. He did that off his talent. But when he first came over, I was big up at him because I knew that he was going to be able to do well. I knew it. I saw him first over on Facebook, and I said, he belongs on YouTube. And he's going to do well. And now St. James has over 20,000 subscribers and doing very well. And shout out to him. But he started calling the little sector, the Larry Reeds and the King Jives and Miss Cruiser too, and William McCray now is over. He's the one who started Thais and all. He's the one who started calling it the carnal church sector. I'm not a Leo. I don't forgive. I'm not a Leo. I don't forgive, but God is not through with me yet, allegedly. He ain't through with you yet, honey. He has a way of, he gonna get our attention. He has a way of getting our attention. So, listen, forgiving folks is for you and not necessarily for them. Let that stuff go. It ain't even worth it. Let it go. Just don't deal with them no more. I forgive folks, but you ain't gonna have the opportunity to hurt me no more. Forgiveness don't mean that you gotta still hang with them. You gotta still be friends with them. That means that I'm not gonna hold any grudge. I'm gonna move on with you in peace, and we can move on separately in peace. But we're gonna move on separately. Sometimes you can pick back up with them, and the relationship may be different, or maybe you may forgive and it may grow stronger. But and maybe I'll add that as one of my topics over here on Cruiser. forgiveness. That's something that me and my husband had to go through was forgiveness, and get and now our relationship and we just family, child. We just family. Is stronger. It's much stronger, much better. And But we had to go through forgiveness and get to that. And then sometimes you go through forgiveness and you ain't never ever go be in any type of relationship with that person ever again. Um, but you let go of that grudge. Ain't no use in me. I ain't holding on to it. You holding on to something, and that person going on with their life, and they ain't thinking about you. I get it from my daddy too. Said, "Nope, I'm a one hitter and quitter, and I'm done." I heard that, and for the most part, at this point in my life, I'm about to be 55 in August. I'm not doubling back to stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if a situation happened and we ain't cool no more, we ain't cool no more, and that's cool. We can go part in peace. Cruiser 007. My family on friends say I have become soft, as I said, about time. They say you became soft. They say about time. Yeah. Hey, the bushes. Hey, sugar. I had a difference of opinion on the topic at hand. Lock the doors. Oh, lock the doors. Lock the doors. Yeah. Marvin Sapp. Now, let me tell you, full disclosure. Marvin Sapp, and I put up the pictures of my mom and Marvin Sapp on the cruise, and my mom and Marvin Sapp somewhere else. Marvin Sapp is a friend, you know what I'm saying? So of course, but having said that, let's put that aside. Uh, 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 People, I think that if they had the full story, once we get a story, it's stuck. It's up and it's stuck. It's up and it's stuck in our mind, and we're not going to change our mind about it because now it's embedded in our mind. But that close the door thing, he was at a public convention center, and I have been in services, big services, at a public convention center, and you're trying to do something like take up funds or whatever, and there's just so much walking outside of it, and it gets noisy, and they're like, okay, close the doors. And he never said lock the doors, and that's another thing that's stuck in people's head, is that he said lock the doors, and that was a lie. He never said lock the doors. He said close the doors, and it wasn't the doors to a local church. They were in a public convention center where you had vendors on the outside and people just publicly walking and talking and all of that. So he said shut the doors. It was those funds wasn't for him. Those funds were for the convention. You do these conventions and you pay in the organization that you're under, which in this case was the Apostolic, the PAW, I think, and they done paid for all this stuff. Now they got debt they gotta pay. Now they're about to leave this place and they got to pay all this money. And, this is a convention where some people pay dues, like if you were officers and stuff, but a lot of people don't pay dues. So like we got bills about to hit us. So they were taking up funds for that. So I could see how it looked, shut the doors, shut the doors. He said the first time, shut the doors. And then it seemed like you could still hear the noise and people moving about. And he said, shut the doors. I get it. Marvin Sapp have a personality that can be off-putting. It can be his personality can be off-putting. But yeah, I know a lot of people disagree with me on that. But yeah, that's one of those topics. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, let me get on. Yeah, yeah. Those of us who've been to those convention centers and been to those, I now go to the CME church. I was apostolic for years, but now I go to the CME church. Been a member of CME for about 8 or 9 years. After I split with my husband, I left the apostolic when we split up somewhere around 2012, and then I joined my parents' church, which is CME. So I've been to conventions on both for both apostolics and in CME, and I've been to those convention centers where outside of those little places, it's loud out there. They selling hats, they selling scarves, they selling food. They got the food truck them pull up. The food they don't brought the food on the inside. People who want to just see what's going on. They ain't even a part of the church, ain't coming to the convention. They want to just see what's going on. They got pictures in there. It's loud out there. So he said, shut the doors because we're trying to do this business. We got to get this money because we're going to owe these people when we leave this building. They're going to want their $20,000. They're going to want their $15,000. They're going to want the sound people. We got to pay the sound folks because it's been 10,000 folks up in this convention center. So we had to make sure these mics and stuff work. And these sound people charge. These sound people going to want their $50,000. We done brought Andrea in, and we done told Andrea if she comes sing down at the convention, we're going to get her $9,000. Andrea want her money so she can go get her Patron. See, that's why I got to get off of here. I'm about to be messy. Leandra Johnson want her Patron. Y'all know she going to need her liquor. She going to her $9,000. So we got to pay these bills. Anyway, but people just tore poor Marvin up. But I bet y'all ain't stopped listening to his music though. Soon as you want some little gospel music, you're gonna turn Marvin right on. He had the best in me. As soon as y'all want some gospel music, y'all gonna turn Marvin right on. Never could have made it. Never would have made it. Y'all know y'all love some Marvin. And the same thing with Leandra. Y'all talking about her drinking. She just be drunk. Just be drunk. But y'all gonna turn on the Deliver Me. All I do is hurt me. The woman sang about it. Y'all go turn that music on. Kim Burrell. Okay, y'all don't play Kim Burrell music. I'm gonna leave that alone. Y'all can't stand Kim Burrell, and I understand y'all ain't gonna play her music. So anyway, thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Cruiser M. Byrne trying to do her one cruise. I got a few. We need help. I told them I will get with you. Okay, yes. I am all for. Listen, I absolutely love cruise virgins. I love folks who ain't never been on a cruise before. I love to see the reaction of people on their first cruise. I love to be the one who ushered them on their first cruise. I absolutely love it because I love it. People either going to absolutely love it or absolutely hate it. And the very few people I've ran into that absolutely hate it. My little sister used to hate cruising. Now I think she kind of like it. But yeah, I always tell people the first experience was bad. Try it one more time just to make sure. But I love taking people or helping people experience their first cruise. I absolutely love it. Hey, Black Pearl, how you doing, sugar? I'm on my 7th day of my 9-day minute. Ooh, see, you need to end. And this is another thing I love when people do. Not only do I love travel, now cruising is my favorite mode of travel, but that's not the only way I travel. I love traveling, period. I love traveling if it's just me getting in my car and going up the road to Hampton, Virginia, or going down the road to Atlanta or Myrtle Beach. I love traveling when it's me getting on the airplane and flying over to another country, or me just flying over there to DC. I love traveling. If it's getting on the Amtrak, I love traveling. And I also love to travel with people. So Black Pearl, if you could just share me a little bit of the ship that you was on. I love to virtually travel with folks. There are some people who travel a lot and cruise a lot, and they'll send me a clip. This is the ship I'm on, Miss Cruiser. This is where I'm traveling. I love traveling. I was looking at Very Carey. Very Carey was on a vacation, and I was enjoying clips that she was showing of her vacation. Now, honey, she wasn't saying where. Very Carey is. You ain't gonna know who she is, what she is, where she is, and none of that. So I could not figure out that resort. I knew she was on a resort. It was pretty, but honey, we weren't gonna know what resort she was on. But I enjoyed looking at her clips and her videos of her vacation. I love the vacation, and I love to watch people say, "Hey, what was said? The emerald green is your color, gorgeous." Emerald green. What was said? Me in person because my nails right now is and my toes right now is emerald green. Where I had on green at? I had on green somewhere. You're on the celebrity accent out of. Is that out of Rome? This thing is blocking. I think that's what that is. You did know that you told me of the seas. Oh, you talking to okay. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here and go do some stuff. Like I said, I'm about to travel. Out of Rome. Okay. That's what I thought it said, out of Rome. Y'all know what I want to do? Y'all know I'll be saying goodbye 3 or 4 times. I want to, when they dry dock a ship, they usually send it to somewhere like Barcelona. I want to, when a ship is, the dry dock is finished, they do all the upgrades and everything they want to do to it. I want to fly over to Spain, Barcelona, wherever they did it, and do the cruise back to wherever the ship is going to be. Like usually they'll send it to Spain and do the dry dock and all the upgrades and stuff. And then it's a 12, anywhere from a 12-day to a 14-day voyage back to whatever cruise dock that ship is going to be docked at, like Miami or Orlando or New Orleans. I want to do one of those trips. I want to fly over to, out of the country, fly over to, like I said, Spain or wherever it's at, and then just sail back to Miami where it's going to end up docking. Take that 12 to 14-day voyage. I want to do that so bad. Your thumbnail for the other channel. Oh, I have on a green top. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. I have 2 other channels. I have a Miss Cruiser 2, and then I have Phase Captain's Quarters. Phase Captain Quarters is also a channel. So I actually have 3 channels. Phase Captain Quarters can be monetized, but I haven't turned on the monetization because that's where I put stuff that I ain't got no business putting stuff. Like, So I haven't turned on the monetization for that yet. And I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with that channel yet. So right now it's going to stay the way it is. Repositioning cruises. Yeah. That's what I want to do. I want to do those. I want to do that voyage because, they take you on a tour of the whole ship to see what upgrades and stuff they did. And you just get to travel through all. Because see, on cruising, a lot of the conditions of the sea bother people. I love the conditions of the sea when the boat just rocking and rolling and shifting, and because you're going through you're traveling through all of these different weathers and conditions, and one day you're traveling through this because you're going from one country to the other. I would love to do that. I probably won't get to it in 2026 because I'm already, y'all, when I tell you I plan trips in advance and pay for them in advance. So I'm already paying for stuff into 2026. I already got a cruise for February and a cruise for July in 2026 already. So I'm already paying for stuff into 2026, and we're only in June of 2025. My Curacao trip, we started paying for that like way last year, I think December 2024. And the trip wasn't until May 2025. And it's the same thing for the Dominican. Dominican, we started paying for that like September, October of 2024, and the trip wasn't until April 2025. That's how I'm able to afford these trips, y'all. And then some of them I do a little side hustle working with it. Like I work with the promoter. So my trip might be free. So some of them, my trips are free, which is why I need for y'all to not slander or defame me. You'll be getting a lot of. Some of them is free, or I might get paid, and then some of them I pay for. But whatever it is playing way in ahead. So the trip where I want to do a ship where I do the voyage back, I'm gonna have to plan that for 2027, and because 2026 is already filling up. That's right. Put them suckers on layaway. Hey, DC Kool-Aid and Lisa Productions. Girl, DC Kool-Aid. I am going to be, and I have to send you an inbox. I'm going to be at something live, Maryland Live in September. It's going to be me and a whole group of people. It's about 50 of us coming to Maryland Live in September. I'm looking forward to that. I ain't going to gamble. I might put $10 in there and then walk away. But the rest of them that's coming is going to gamble. So I'm going to be not far from your way, up your way. And so I hope to see you and maybe see you and Miss T Velocity when I'm there at Maryland Live. That's going to be in September. September? Yeah, September. Mm-hmm. 14-day transatlantic cruise back from Spain. Oh, I want to do one of those so bad. I know she loved it. I know she loved that. I want to do one. I'm going to try to plan one in 2027 if the Lord says the same. All right, y'all. I'm out of here for real, for real, for real. Thank y'all again for coming in. I appreciate y'all, uh, you know, all y'all support from 2018 on up to now. I appreciate your support. And those who want to stay with me going forward, stay with me. And those who don't, I understand. Like I said, I have been to channels and be like, that's not what I came here for. When I came here, you was doing this, and now you doing that. So I unsubscribed. So I understand that. I definitely understand that. I appreciate it. I do have a membership. It's $4.99. I'm not really focused on that membership right now because I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. So if you're in that membership for the $4.99 and you want to discontinue it, I understand because it's not going to be a whole lot over there. And then, of course, again, that highest tier membership, I don't even want y'all to go over there. I'm trying to set it as high as I can because I don't want y'all going over there. I'm sticking the videos there for watch hours purposes only, so I don't lose my watch hours. But I don't want y'all over there. Tell the Lord, thank you. All right, y'all remember to live in peace on purpose. Live in peace on purpose. And remember, no matter what you're going through, what it looks like, how hard it is, all is well. Just keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself all is well until all becomes well. Keep confessing it. All is well. All is well. That's your confession. Fool your heart and your mind. All is well.